What's up, everyone? So today I wanted to talk a little bit about one of the stocks that you guys should keep your eye on and the movement that I think it's going to make. So ticker symbol TSLA. We have Tesla here today with us, and I want to break it down for a little bit for you guys, right? So I'm actually looking at a swing trade on Tesla. If you guys don't know what that is, it means a trade that you hold for multiple days. We're gonna play options on it. Now, for first thing I like to do when I'm looking for a swing trade is I like to look at the weekly chart. It gives us an overall idea of where the market is and where we're headed, but not like a precise breakdown of when it's going to happen, right? But it gives us an idea of kind of where we're going. Now, what we can see with Tesla is we had a range around this level, where I have the box drawn, and a little bit to the left. That's where we had the range. Once we saw it break out, we saw a massive move up to all the way up to 270 from like 188, which is ridiculous. Over the weekly chart, it's ridiculous. Now, as some of you guys may know or may not know, I trade reversals almost exclusively. So when we have an easy up like this, when we see a stock shoot up massive and we hit resistance, we started to see a sell-off. Not even a sell-off. We started to see it kind of struggle right here. We can see a doji candle forming right here. We can see long wicks. Shows us high volatility with an unsure movement in the price. And then as soon as we see this next red candle, we can kind of expect that this move that we had right here was going to be retraced to the downside. And that's exactly what we had. We had it come all the way back down to the previous neckline right here. And then we saw it come up a little bit. Now we did see it try to move back down, and we kind of touched the 200 EMA right here. We didn't exactly touch it on the weekly chart, but we came back down and we rejected off. We came all the way back up, closed above the 9 EMA on the weekly chart. So we kind of have an idea we're looking a little bullish. Not to mention, we've been in this rough range on the weekly chart for a long time, right? We've been all the way from like here to down to here, right? That's kind of the range that we've been stuck in. That's perfectly fine, but we want to be able to play this range back to the upside. I don't think there is a possibility that we head to the downside, especially considering that historically September has been a very, very negative month. But it is very possible that this is one of the first months where we see positive price movement, and I would not be surprised by that at all, considering that is what we are seeing, and we're seeing levels hold even into September right now. So now we have an idea of where we're headed on the weekly chart, right? Now, if we break it down to the daily, we can get an even better idea of where we're headed. So on the daily chart, we can see the same move that we saw, the easy up, easy down kind of move. But you can see on the daily chart, we actually did hit that 200 EMA. And right when we hit it, it looks like a very strong support level. We bounced immediately off of it twice. Now, with this giant move, we ended up closing above the 9 EMA and the 200 EMA. If we take a closer look at the MACD, we can see that we also have a crossover on the MACD. We had a fake out to the downside, and now we're crossing back over to the upside, right? And then also, not to mention, we are not overbought. We're not really we're a little bit oversold on Tesla, which is also helping us in our favor. But it's not anything insane on the MACD, and it's also not showing us any trend yet because there is no trend. MACD is mainly used for trend if you guys don't know. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That being said, we had a little bit of a breakout right here. But what I'd like to see is the next daily close that we have to break these wicks that we see. We can see the wick right here and the wick right here. I'd like to break those levels. So if we can hold above, if we can close a daily candle above 215, like 71, if we can close above that on the daily chart probably tomorrow, then you're probably going to see this thing move at least to this previous high of right here of 228. Not to mention, we also have a giant gap to fill right at this level that we have not filled yet, and it's very likely that we come back to fill this level. So how would I play this? That might be what you guys are wondering. So what I would do is I would like to set my strike price. So sometimes I like to see how long the movement took to the downside. And we can see that we started the downwards movement on July 11th. And then we're currently at August 24th, right? Or sorry, August 30th. So with that being said, I would like to set my strike price probably out maybe 2 months. That's what I would probably set it at to try to get this whole gap fill. Or you can set it out a month or 2 weeks or something. Just try to retest these previous highs. You could do that as well if you wanted to play it more short term. But yeah, that's something that you might want to consider. And then the strike price that I would set it at personally would be 235, I think is the one that's offered. So 235 strike price is probably what I'm looking at for, I think it was, I don't remember. Sorry, August 20th, I'm pretty sure is what I said before. So that's the one that I'm looking at. Not saying I'm taking it. I'm not advising any of you guys to take it. I'm just saying that might be what I end up doing. So keep an eye on that. If you guys want a further breakdown, you can go to the hourly chart. So when you guys are making swing trades like this, use the weekly chart for overall trend and to understand where the market wants to head. Use the daily chart for some confirmation that you actually want to take the entry, and then use the hourly to time your entry, right? Now what we can see on the hourly is we have this giant range that we've been just going back and forth between, right? We're currently at the top of that range. So what I'd like to see is I'd like to see an hourly candle close above this first wick at 215.72. So if we can close above that, that's when I would look for my entry. That's personally what I'm going to do. It's up to you guys how you want to play it, but that's what I'm going to do. So keep an eye on those levels. It's very important. This could be an amazing move. But on the other hand, if we start to see it move back down and we don't close above where I said, then there's no point in trying to play it to the upside or the downside because we just don't have enough confirmation. Not to mention, we also have a double bottom forming here, which is incredibly bullish. But hey, who cares? Have a great day, guys. We will see if I'm right. I will update you guys next week how this play ended up turning out. But yeah, have a great day. I will see you all later.